Hi there, my name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. If you are one of my regular viewers, you will know I just did Apocalyptica, my last review. If you look on, my list, you'll see that real easy too. But the reason why I mentioned that up is while I was in the A's, I figured, hey, let's get around to doing a little Avantasia again. Now, I was going to do Avantasia's first album. Grab the CD case out, grab the CD, through the CD in the CD player, listen to it a couple times. Second time through, start noticing that the song times are not lining up with the songs on the album. I realize I got the wrong CD in there. Not my fault, not my CDs. These come out of Tracy's collection. So, I did not plan on doing the Wicked Symphony, but that is what I am doing, is Avantasia's The Wicked Symphony. This is the second album I have covered from Avantasia. And I will say that I really dig this album. I'm just going to say that up front. I love, the one thing I love with Avantasia that really helps out is all the guest vocals. It really does help push the story a little bit. They're all concept albums, they're all story albums, okay? Anything Avantasia, that's just the way it's going to go. Now, I personally, when I've been listening to the albums, I haven't been paying the utmost attention to the lyrics to hear the entire story and its general cohesiveness. More or less, though, Faustian contract or a deal with the devil or whatever you want to say. That's the way I take this album. But don't go just that easy. And the reason why I say that is this album, a lot of it just really holds up on its own. If it wasn't for the fact that I know so much that Avantasia has always, got the great stories going on and whatnot, I really just would have said, hey, this is a great collection of songs. Wicked Symphony kicks off the album. Title track. I like Wicked Symphony for a couple reasons. One of the biggest is it's 9 minutes, 28 seconds. But it honestly feels like 3 different songs going through there. You got this big, cool opening, then the lyrics in that kick in, and then it just kind of moves along. But the way it kind of moves along, it really feels like it's honestly 3 kind of different songs. So for the average listener who's not big on long tracks, it's going to really work out for them. They're really going to be able to get into it a lot more. I just like long tracks, so anyway, play it through. Let's get these arrangements going. Let's see what happens. And it's a really nice start to the album. After that, we go into Wastelands. Now we go from the longest song on the album at the 9 minutes and 28 seconds to almost the shortest song. Most song, actually, okay, this becomes about the average. 4 minutes and 44 seconds. It's got on the back here. Basically, the rest of the songs from here, with a couple exceptions, run between 4 minutes and 4 minutes and 44 seconds. It works out to just over a 60-minute album. Nice. So anyways, Wastelands. It's a good song. It follows up the first track nicely, keeps the album moving really nice. Outside of that, I don't really have too much to add to it. Same goes with Scales of Justice. Those first 3 songs to me really just kind of set up the album, and they let you know where it's kind of going musically as well. There's nothing overly spectacular or overly grandiose in there yet. When you get to Dying for an Angel, which is track 4, all of a sudden the album has this real essence of familiarity to it. And not the type of familiarity that, an Avantasia fan would have. But first off, you've got Klaus Meine of the Scorpions on here singing. And The music on it, the whole way around, really kind of has this vibe that kind of reminds me of the Scorpions' Crazy World. Because it's kind of got that 90s, like, if you ever, I've done the review for Scorpions' Crazy World. The production on that album was always something that I always thought was spectacular. The sound, the mix, everything on it was always something that was just really, really nice and well done. Overproduced, one could argue. And Dying for an Angel has that sound where it's definitely got that almost overproduced sound, but it really works. It really, like, if you were into the Scorpions, if you were into that type of metal, choice. Blizzard on a Broken Mirror. Good tune. It is. It's a nice kind of segue in there. The biggest thing with this album is this whole album at this point gets this air of familiarity where it sounds like a million other great early 90s metal albums. And not necessarily the big hair ones. I'm going to say, there's definitely Scorpions is one in there. I dare say a little Def Leppard in there. Not the bad early 90s Def Leppard, more the 80s Def Leppard, the good Mutt Lange Def Leppard era. Sort of, not entirely, but you can hear a little bit in there. There's a lot of hair metal in here for sure, okay? But the air of familiarity, I honestly don't know if these songs sound like other songs I know and I can't put my finger on it, or if I've heard these songs in Tracy's car a few times and I've just gotten used to hearing them. Which takes us to Runaway Train. Runaway Train clocks in, according to this, at 8 minutes and 42 seconds. I never would have guessed it listening to the song. When I've got the song just playing in the background, I would never guess the song was that long. I would have guessed maybe around the 5-minute marker. Once again, very, very Scorpions-y sounding to me. Crestfallen, things change up a little bit here. A lot of the album honestly sounds like European metal, we'll say. Hair metal, European metal, kind of. Not British metal, not American metal, not Canadian metal, but European metal, That's why I keep going to the Scorpions. Crestfallen kind of goes in a different way with that European metal kind of vibe because the synths come out really predominant kind of in the foreground on this one. And they don't come out like Dio. They come out more like Europe, I don't want to say Final Countdown, but I want to say Final Countdown. And it adds a real unique texture. It takes the album kind of in a different direction at this point. And I really dig where it goes with this track. I really like how it moves the album along, and it's kind of fun that way. After that, we go into Forever is a Long Time, and the album really kind of gets a little bit darker at this point. I really kind of like Forever is a Long Time, but it's not necessarily a song that's for everybody. That's just me, though. Next up, we get to Black Wings. And when we get to Black Wings, even Forever is a Long Time going into Black Wings, both of them together, as I've mentioned the European metal before, I'm going to mention HIM, H-I-M. And there's definitely kind of a vibe that's in there. Even the synths that are on Crestfallen, there's definitely kind of that HIM kind of vibe, I think, in there. And I do really like where they go with that. And Black Wings is definitely very His Infernal Majesty, and it's really, once again, it's that European metal, it's not the British metal, it's not the American metal, it's the European metal. When we get to States of Matter, this one really kind of reminds me of Bruce Dickinson's solo stuff, specifically the Accident of Birth Chemical Wedding era. And it's really cool. State of the Matter is kind of one of the more typical songs on here, one of the more cliche kind of songs on here. And then the album finishes out with The Edge. And totally dig The Edge. I think it's a great song. I really think it's a good way to close out the album. It's got that big kind of fullness, operatically kind of ending to it, you know, where you feel like a total proper conclusion. Also very Bruce Dickinson and the Roy Z production era. Anyways, that's my views on this album. The whole way around, I like this album. I will definitely throw this album into the CD player probably a little more regularly to listen to it here and there. And I would recommend this album. If you're looking for something different, a little bit new, something you haven't heard before, you haven't heard Avantasia before, go pick it up. It's worth picking up. It's a good album. I really dig on it. Anyways, folks, let me know what you think. That's what the comment section is for. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That helps out both of us. That way, you know, you help me get some visualization out there in the YouTube sphere. And you get notifications when stuff comes out. Otherwise, you know, that share button helps me out. There's a Patreon link below. Peace, love, take care.